Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. This is David. A wonderful opportunity being here with you guys. So, this is basically our podcast setup. As you can see, the image quality isn't the best, but it serves at the end of the day. And I think that when I'm holding something that resembles a microphone, I kind of get into this podcasting mode and everything starts falling into its right place. And I see that everything, you know, comes down to such a it's like whimsical when I get to to click the record button, and then it's just as crazy. It's kind of hard to explain for real. Well, it's just a quick demonstration of what I'm talking about today, because today I've been recording this bunch of videos and um, short versions thereof, and then at the end of the day I'm going to be able to mix it down in the edit, and then you're gonna see the results. This might probably be an opportunity to just do the voiceover for the entire stuff. And then, it basically starts with the beginning of the day. I would definitely like to say it's like morning time, but it's not morning time because I usually wake up after, 12. I've been waking up after 12 for a while because I work until 4 a.m., 5 a.m., some days 6, 7 a.m., though I use the morning time to give myself some rest. And then when I wake up about 12 p.m., I get started just as you're seeing it here. I get a shower, usually when I have to use the toilet. Otherwise, I'm just gonna, get myself some dancing, exercising, and it's an important part of the day, and something has been changing my point of perspective for real. Just getting the body to move, and I definitely recommend that, of course. I've been feeling recently like that. I actually live in a huge city, a city where there's a lot of technology. It's São José dos Campos, and it's like a nice place. It's a couple hours away from the capital, São Paulo, which is actually pretty nice. Like one of the biggest cities around the globe, and I haven't taken enough time in the actual São Paulo city as I wanted. I used to live there prior to the pandemic, and now I'm just wondering about going there again. Just like, holy ghost, we are kind of facing these new virus that's going on right now, and I'm just wondering here if it's like a good thing to actually go to Sao Paulo, spend some time there, um, especially considering the fact that I'm planning to go to New York at the end of this year, from around September. So I was just thinking that it would be a really good opportunity to just, get used to the city over again, because, New York is just like New York, and then São Paulo is also like São Paulo, you know what I'm saying? You kind of get used to the rhythm of the city and stuff, and then I was just pondering about it. That it would be cool to have something like that, to dedicate some time. But anyways, I see that here I kind of spend a lot of time in the neighborhood. We have the hospital, a couple hospitals here. We have the firefighters. We have the local police and stuff. All the departments, like most of these departments are here. Um, I usually go around the block. The run, the running that you see me doing is around the block, and that's usually where I go. That's so unfortunate. I should definitely spend more time, visiting other places, because we have here a huge airplane factory, which is basically Embraer, and it's actually so cool. It's one of the reasons why I came here in the first place, because they actually build airplanes here, and I'm so passionate about aviation. I'm passionate about, complex data. I'm passionate about, um, complex systems, all of that. And as I said, it's one of the reasons why I came here in the first place. Because the people here, especially those who were behind the operations of Embraer and everything, everything tech related and development related, systems related, these people are like brainiacs, and I'm kind of a brainiac as well. So I kind of enjoy the mood here. And it's such a nice place. I can tell you, this is such a nice place. It's like in the middle of, it's in between the coast and the city, and it's such a nice place to live. It's just like the place where, you're comfortable, you're safe, you have everything around, and you have the infrastructure. And once you come here, you just don't want to leave, and that's the thing. Um, well, apart from that, I'm kind of feeling right now after, it's been an entire year that I've been here, that I've been living here, and then I see that one of the things that I've been, wishing more is this kind of movement of the city itself, and it could eventually, definitely go to the city. Some, spend more time in the city. In this case, this is something I'm definitely gonna do. I'm definitely gonna start doing from this point forth. Um, I'm now participating in a marathon. It's called the Founders Running Club. It's like a marathon you usually run around the globe. Just wait one little second because I have the rice in the actually cooking right now. And I should have it. It's hot. Oh, ghost. I think I'm just shut it down for a bit and come back later. Anyways, um, cooking time. Anyways, um, well, as I was saying, I'm participating on this, running, founders running club, which is awesome. I never been with them yet. I haven't been with them yet, but tomorrow they're gonna have it again. And then because last weekend I just had this issue with my knee, and because I trained too hard and things didn't went as expected for me. So I just prayed and I decided not going last week. But tomorrow I'm planning, maybe if I have the opportunity, I'm definitely gonna be there. It's gonna be awesome. And that's it. Like, ain't much of a big deal. Recently I've been pondering a lot about this art form. Having the videos as a piece of artwork, and it's something that I've been looking for such a while, and it's wonderful. It's just amazing. Just like to think the video as an art form for me changes everything because, well, I've been dealing with it professionally, and I think like I'm kind of square when it comes to when my mind thinks that I'm doing it for a professional purpose. I'm really good at doing it for a professional purpose, of course, but even for the professional purposes, if I think it as a piece of artwork that would benefit the business itself, just like pieces of artwork benefiting businesses out there, something so regular, it's kind of impossible to have it, it's impossible to split both concepts nowadays because business, requires art at the end of the day to communicate, to make that human communication possible. Especially nowadays we have AI dealing with, most of our processes, and well, AI is also part of the process of, creating art and everything. It's like having this visualization that I'm talking about. Um, well, I see that it's so entangled nowadays that it kind of at one side, if you're not, if you don't have that natural artistic mindset, it's kind of difficult for you. But if it's natural for you, if you're a natural artist or have that tendency of thinking artistically, it kind of helps a lot. It kind of makes things way easier to deal with because everything becomes way more graceful, and if not graceful, terrible. At the end of the day, I believe that the artistic part of the things, it lays on this exact lane. Things becomes more consumable at the end of the day, independently if it's good, if it's bad. If it's good, it's really good. If it's bad, it's really bad. And then we get used to it. And when we get used to it, we kind of have to find something to kind of create a difference, like a differentiation that will keep, keep people looking at it, keep people um, to help people continue consuming it day in, day out. Up to the point that, it's been something I've been really thinking recently of the nonsensical layers of, stuff that we've been consuming recently. There's this doom scrolling thing. It's like a phenomenon of the modern days. I do that very often. I get myself caught doing that, unfortunately. Even on the platforms, I reduce my usage of platforms just like that. I know that I'll get trapped on doom scrolling. But there's still a few ones that they're available out there. Even though you have the power of using them as search engines, just like YouTube, for example, it's easy to get caught doom scrolling. And usually you get caught, watching stuff that has no value, no actual, you're not studying anything. The piece of the type of entertainment is not the best, usually. So I'm not going to say it's a complete waste of time, but at the end of the day, it is. It's hard to say it is a waste of time, but yeah, it is what it is. And I'm very worried about how do I spend my time, because, lifetime, if you think about 10 years, what 10 years actually is, so much has been happening throughout the past 10 years, but it's so fast. In the next 10 years, the next 10, in the next 10, they will come naturally. And it's impossible to drift away from the fact. And then that's one of the reasons why I'm coming here to address it in the first place. Think about 10 years of doom scrolling. How much you've been, gaining from it. That's the thing. It's totally random, because it's one of the, natures of the, this thing that I'm doing here right now, coming up with stuff just like natural life, stuff that's totally random at a certain level. But anyways, I don't know. How do you know? Anyways, yeah, I think it's enough for today. If there's anything that I could eventually wrap up, I'm definitely gonna come back here and then wrap it up, because there is a possibility, and then I'm really satisfied with the fact that we are capable of addressing things and editing it afterwards. And this part of the edit, it was not meant to be this long. It was just like a quick demonstration of the set and how things works. Especially when it comes to the quality of the visual and audio quality that I was talking about. Just to kind of create that sort of completeness, to give that sense of completion to today's framework. Just so you don't get caught in the sort of the same mentality of the doom scroll that I was talking about. Going for stuff is totally nonsense. And I believe that kind of covers that layer. So anyways, thank you so much. It's David. And yeah, we're definitely going to have an extra time to talk about anything else, because yeah, that's it. It's life. And see you around.